please, you try, my girl. You want to disappoint me? Father is worried now. Father is worried. Father is worried. He doesn't know, will this girl really make it? Oh, what do I do with this girl? What do I really do? Should I change the school or what should I do? 10 years later, 10 years later, we see this boy. Oh, this deaf boy is now back from America. Mommy, oh, my boy. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, my brother. You're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Thank you. Take a seat. Take a seat. You know, this the boy now. You know, I went to America. I started university. You know, I completed and now I have a job. Huh? Now I have a job. You even have this small phone. What is that on the phone? Wow. Wow. It is so nice. Daddy, mommy, come and see. This boy is back. This boy. Echo nacho. Kati chiri bichecho. You know. Hey, Banang. Wow. Wow. He has what? Ainane computer. Oh. Allah. Oh, Mukama Katonda. Hey, you see, so now they're offloading a lot of things in the vehicle, you know. This boy is now a rich man. God. Oh, Allah. Oh, Allah. Shiva. Oh, come and see. This boy has got a job. Oh, my son, please, my son, forgive me. I didn't know you'd be this. I didn't know, please forgive. But why did you do that, Dad? You see now I'm a rich man. I studied. Oh, thank you. You know, children will always forgive parents. However much they mistreat them, however much they do something bad, but still, they'll forgive. Thank you, Allah. Thank you. Barakallahu fikum. Thank you for listening. And that was Hassan. So you see now, they are contemplating. You see now, these deaf children can also do it. They can. The mother is sharing with the dad. They can. Oh, really they can. Thank you. Oh, I did a mistake, but please, Allah forgive me. You see, you girl, you wasted a lot of money. I put a lot of money, invested a lot of money, but you see, your brother now there is driving, has a lot of things, you know. Thank you so much. Thank you for following. May Allah bless you. Barakallah.
Thank you so much, Weyogerere. I think we give them a thunderous clap. Banange twebaze Weyogerere. Tweyanze project ye y'okusomesa abaana abo yatandikibwa Mr. Musimam ngeri supported by Dr. Mahmoud. Banaye abazadde kisoboka ndowooza mukirabye omwana agenza America omwana agaggawadde kisoboka tweyanze allow me recognize the presence of Director for Education and Social Welfare, Office of Supreme Mufti. You are most welcome. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Next on our agenda, we have a speech from Education Officer KCCA, Mr. Idi Mbaraka. Banange twanirize Mr. Idi Mbaraka.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, I'm Eid Mubarak. I'm in charge of inclusive education in the city. You know the city is only one in this country. Others are cities, but we have one that is called the city. Yeah, I'm happy for this kind of arrangement, and I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Mahamood for organizing this wonderful function. Like they said, I'm the founder member of the team that has just been here on the floor, the unit for the deaf in Hassan Twabi Primary School. I started it in 2000, and I appreciate Dr. Mahamood for the support that he gave us in building this school. Nasabiddwa tukozese ennimi bbiri. Ntwala omukisa guno okwebaza abazadde abali wano mwenna olw'ebintu bibiri. Ekisooka okulabirira abaana baffe ne balabika bulungi nga bwe balabika olwaleero. Ekyokubiri okutwala obuvunaanyizibwa okubasomesa. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. In the house, I have my father, and I want to recognize him, Al-Hajj. Assalamu alaikum. He's my father. I have my commissioner, Dr. Pamela. You're most welcome. She's in charge special needs in the ministry. I have my brother and the OB, MC. He calls himself MC, which stands for Mugisa Charles. We studied together at a master's level in Chambago University. And I've seen my students, the one who was interpreting, and the deaf teacher who was here. They are my students. I taught them at Chambago University. I have my teacher, Hajat Zamzam. She taught me in senior 1 at Hassan Twabi Weyogere Primary Secondary School. Hajat, assalamu alaikum. Ya kyasanyu nnyo okuba nti oli mu bantu b'omanyi era abantu abakumanyi ate abakutegeera obulungi. Ebiseera one time wali gwe baali babuuza oba ddala yasoma nga bamubuuza ba obi babiri nga nabo bakunoonyeza mu kiwato nga mazina. Nze ndiwamukisa nti buli wengenda at least esangawo obi omu oba babiri oba basatu n'okusingawo. Bwe mba sisanzeewo obi at least omusomesa abeerawo. So ekya bbeeyi. Kati ffe mu KCCA ng'enkola ya gavumenti encouraging inclusive education. Era masomero gaffe gonna naddala ga government tunamu element ya inclusive education. However, olwaleero abaana bali wano bavudde mu special schools. Invitations twakoze okusinga. In fact, mulimu amasomero 2 agali inclusive naye amasomero 3 gonna ga special schools. Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped beba batudde awo, abasinga obungi batudde mu Bugaali, nti abo okusinga balina physical disabilities, abamu balina cerebral palsy ne issues endala ezifaanana bwe zityo. Then tulina n'abaana bavudde mu special schools for the deaf. Tulina Mulago School for the Deaf, tulina Ntinda School for the Deaf. So tubeebaza okuba nti abasomesa basobodde okuorganizinga ne bajja. Naye ate era twebaza nnyo abateesezesa omukolo guno nti omukolo guno gwa maanyi nga kase tegubangawo. waliwo yayogedde nti abaana baffe gye tuba batwala babakyusa ne babaza mu ddiini endala naye nzijala okukakasa nti obuzibu okusinga bubadde ku ffe ng'abasiraamu tubadde kubalya babakyusa obuzibu bubadde kufa abasiraamu tubaddire tetufaayo. We had that weakness as Muslims. We did not pay close attention to learners, to children with disabilities. You find that a number of homes in this country are owned or managed by other faith-based organizations. So their intention is to promote those religions, not Islam. So it becomes difficult for a particular religion to bring your Muslim child and then begins teaching him Islam. It is almost equivalent to impossible. So I think this is the time we wake up as Muslims to support our own and promote their welfare and promote our faith as Islam. Ndabira ddala nga twalwawo nnyo naye kakasa nti olwaleero tutandise inshallah teri kudda mabega. Inshallah tusaba Allah akkirize. Era tugezaako nnyo okulaba nti abaana baffe bano gye basomera tubawa support ey'enjawulo. Ojja kwetegereza nti mu masomero gaffe ag'e Kampala anti gentegeera amalala sigategeera era sagala googerera. Agaffe ag'e Kampala abasomesa tuba traininga engeri ki gy'oyinza okusomesaamu omwana ono. Era wenjogera olwaleero tulina ne training egenda mu maaso ku Bati Valley. Era tutraininga abasomesa engeri ki gyebasobola okuyambamu abaana obasomesa otya. Then ne tutunuulira environment. Tulina organization ezitera otuyambako, ebitongole ebyenjawulo ebitera otuyambako okukola ku environment. Naye wano we tusabira ati era wabaawo bannaffe abalina obusobozi mutwegatteko twongere okuwa okusomesa abaana bano mu mbeera esinga okuba ennungi. Naddala amasomero gali agatandika edda osanga nti environment yago si nnungi nnyo. Accessibility is a bit of a problem. Nti osanga ng'okuva ku possibly ku classroom esooka paka kwesembayo wonna madaala nti omwana ali mu kagaali kati ng'oyo ayinza osangamu obuzibu okuyingirayo. So ebyo byemu ku bintu bitugezaako okukolako.
I work as a senior education officer, Minister of Education. I'm here standing in for Commissioner Special Needs Education, Madam Sarah Gostori. We bring their apologies because Mondays are always the difficult times, especially in the ministry. We normally have top management meetings. So when it comes on Monday, sometimes it becomes difficult for them. But where they are not, we are present and we are representing them. I will first thank the organizers of this function. When the commissioner and the director told us about this activity, we were very much overwhelmed, and we were happy to hear what the Muslim community is doing for children with special needs. I want to say that children with special needs, as you have seen them, they are children like any other child, but because of attitude and perception, sometimes these children are always neglected and left behind. So we thank you so much for thinking about them and making them happy and put a smile on their face. The theme of today's disability is not inability. As the inclusive officer was explaining, one of the doctors was here, he gave his speech, and I'm sure people looked at him and said, wow, disability is not inability. You can have a disability, and when you are given opportunity, you are able to progress and do activities in the same way other children do it. So we thank you for enabling them to use the other activities so that they are able to show their talents and also feel that they are part of the community and they belong to this community and the Muslim community especially. One time I asked myself about how the children with special needs in the Muslim community are being supported. And now I have got the answer because I have been seeing them in other churches, people interpreting for them. I was very happy when I was watching on Eid Day, over it was at this mosque over Old Kampala, and there was a sign language interpreter. I became very happy, and the people I was seated with at home, they wondered, why are you very happy? I said, yes, now the children who have disabilities and they are Muslims, they have somebody to communicate to them, and they are able to understand that they are part of them, and they also belong to God. So thank you very much. We appreciate everything that you are doing. Chibuli Muslim Hospital is also my hospital. I delivered all my children there. And the people who work there, the way they really care for us, I saw that they really love to see persons with disabilities progress. So thank you very much. To the children, enjoy your day. This is your day that has been prepared. And also as you go back, keep knowing that God loves you and God is there, and make sure that you always do the right thing at the right time. And don't fear to go to the mosque to pray, because they are welcoming and they are ready to be with you, teach you, and show you the right path to take. Thank you very much. I also apologize for coming dressed like this because I had already come to office. But if I was at home, I always respect people. I would have dressed the way the Muslims do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pamela. I would like now to invite the representative or the director, Special Needs Department, to give his speech. MC.
Thank you, Hajat. My name is Charles Mugisa. When we follow the first, the English way of saying it, but in Africa, I'm Mugisa Charles. Mugisa is my first name in African setting. Charles came later. So that's why I call myself MC. So, but I'm not going to take over the position of MC in this. I'm not good at protocol, but I feel somebody lined up the protocol at the beginning, and I'd like to adopt that one. Colleagues, I always appreciate the Muslim community for many things, but I will say only two. One is cleanliness. I'm somebody who always moves, and when I go to a restaurant or a hotel and I see a Muslim lady or gentleman welcoming me, I will take that food comfortably knowing that it is clean. Two is decent dressing, especially for ladies and girls. Whenever you meet somebody, you first see how he or she is dressed. And members, allow me to say that you have no second chance to make the first impression. You have no second chance to make the first impression. So the moment you see somebody and is smartly dressed, that is you think, even if he has other challenges, but you say, how this person is decent. So, and I'm sure this does not begin from the mosque, it does not begin from the school, it begins from home. And if we don't have good homes, we can't have good schools, we can't have good government, we can't have good Christians and Muslims. So the first thing, the basic, is the home. So if we have a good home, clean, decent, it means even the community we are living in is good. So I thank you for that. I wish everybody was doing like that. For learners with special needs, the theme for today is disability is not inability. When you have a disability, it doesn't mean that you cannot do anything. You can do anything other people can do. The best example is Dr. Pamela. Dr. Pamela has a disability. I must be more than 6 years older than Dr. Pamela. More than 6 years older than Dr. Pamela. Yes. Now, I'm not yet a doctor. Even if I become next time, but she did it before me. So having a disability did not stop her from getting a PhD. Our children here can become anything. They can even become ministers, doctors. We can get a president from here. So let's work hard. Let's give them whatever is needed to ensure that they progress, they study, and they become what they want to do. So let us guide them. Now, that was me. When I go back to the director, basic and secondary education, Mr. Ismail Mulindwa, would have loved to be here himself. But as Dr. Pamela said, Monday is tricky. They had a senior management meeting this morning, and he's a big person in that meeting. That's why he could not be here. But he walked himself to our office to ensure that somebody is there to represent him. Two, Mr. Mulindwa is so passionate about special needs and inclusive education. Whenever there is an issue about special needs, he has to be there himself to ensure that the program is not frustrated. So we thank Mr. Mulindwa, and he would have loved to be here, but we are going to take the message to him to tell him what is happening here. I'm told this is the first time it has happened, and I'm sure this is the beginning. It is not going to be the end. And I request that this takes place somewhere else so that people know that persons with disabilities can also perform like others. So I don't want to take long, but I thank you very much for inviting us. I thank you for organizing this function for God and my country. Thank you very much.
You know, he mentioned very serious things. Even among these children we have, we can get a president. Huh? And I think if we get one from these people, after 2026, huh? Mind you. So, inshallah, I think these people will have peaceful world, wallahi. Because these people who have just been suffering because of the negligence or ignorance of our community, the selfishness of what we call the healthy people or able people, I think if we have some people leading us in this terrible world, I think it will be much, much better world and life and peaceful. Huh? Because I think they will be against bombarding any country, huh? Or having embargo or any place, because they know what does it mean to have a smile on the human. I thank you for this comment really, and that's why I stood to talk to you. And the doctor, we thank you for your time and you coming. And as we agreed from the beginning, this is the beginning. I think you people now, all the other people in this tent and the other in the community, you have no single excuse. I was telling them, Allah will punish us. Huh? If we don't go further and achieve the dream for these ones to have better life. We agreed, maybe we can not recover what has been done. It is Allah's wish and Allah's will. But we can create better life, isn't it? And we have the means. I'm assuring you, Allah wants this function. We didn't have one single shilling, by the way, when we start. The idea came. Single even idea of what we do. You see how you are now? Think better than Fafa did his wallet or everywhere. Yan. So I think Allah is with you. So please, all the community and all the schools, I wish in the nursing school also, Hajjat Halima will start even a small course how we can cater for the special need children and students. Curriculum 1 week, 3-4 lectures. Fatuma, the MC, she's a senior lecturer there or tutor in the school, will do everything. Our rehabilitation center will be welcoming you. We'll look even for a sponsor to sponsor you and coming for treatment. Let us dream Allah there subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we said in Allah we trust. I hand over now to Fatuma, but just his words, his remarks really touched me. That's why I made this comment.
Thank you so much. At this moment, we are going to have some talk from an expert parent, a parent of a child with special needs, so that we can hear out her experience. Maybe we can learn something from her experience and probably be better to help those children in our communities.
We want also to thank Salam TV. You are live on the TV now, on the media. Yes, you are live on the TV now, Salam TV. Can we clap for Salam TV and thank them? And the smart man who's there. But also want you one day to be a cameraman also, huh? Inshallah.
So tugenda kuwuliriza omuzadde ow'omwana alina special needs, atubuulireko byayiseemu nga akuza omwana ono, tusobole okufunamu ekyokuyiga ffe ng'abazadde oba ffe abantu b'omu community. Kaleeta omwana. kale omukyala kagenda aleeta omwana tusobole omulabako meanwhile nga tumulinda okujja tugenda kufunayo ko obugambo obutonotono okuva wa Dr. Mpeza.
Our chief guest in absentia, the director and the commissioner from the Ministry of Education and Sports, who are also our bosses because I'm the Vice Chancellor of Kampala International University. I'm called Muhammad Pezamihigo. Our chief promoter, brother, friend with his team, the CEO of Kibuli Muslim Hospital. I see senior educationists, please put up your hands. I know all of you. You are doing a great job. Mukisa, we thank you very much. Our brothers here. There was also another team here of a patient. Did you see Omulade Mwamulabye? Yazze n'atweyungako nga ayina ne kanula ku nsingo. Ekiraga omukwano gw'ayina. Abaana baffe, our children are from all the places, including Milestones Junior School. Madam Commissioner, we have here schools that are of special need, as mentioned by Mr. Idi Mubarak, by the way, that's his name, and we are celebrating Eid. It's an amazing coincidence. We are celebrating him as well. We also have inclusive schools. One of them is Milestones Junior School. Kids from Milestones Junior School, stand up. Stand up. Okay, can you wave to the guests? Okay, I'm the director of that school. Have a seat. And we deliberately agreed with Dr. Mahmoud and the organizers that we should have a blend, we should have a mix. Twalese abaana abalala bajje balabe. Nsubira nti girls and boys who have come and you feel you are different. Ndozo mzade nga bwalese omwana agira atula. Okay. It's okay. Mbasaba abaana, the kids who have come, abalabanga temufaananako n'abaana abalala abayina embeera etali ya bulijjo, okwebaza Katonda olw'ekyo kye yabawa mmwe nga mmwe. Naye ate okufuna omutima, you should get the spirit and heart of being caring for those children. Muwulidde, have you heard? When I come to school, I will ask whether you remember what I told you, especially for Milestones where I have some control. I have said you have come for two reasons. First of all, to appreciate your colleagues. They have different challenges, and some of you are in the school. Some of those types of children are in your school. So when you see them and you see yourselves, you say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we thank you Almighty, isn't it? But you don't stop at that, and you should not undermine them. You saw one person with a disability who is employing over 250 people. Most of them are so-called normal people. Abatayina bulemu bonna. Musajja mugagga lwakuba teyeeyogeddeko alina ssente ze, kati oyinza okunyooma bali abalina obulemu ate ne bakuyitako. So tubaagale, tubalage omukwano, and then fenna tukule wamu. Si bwe kiri? Is it so, kids? I can't hear your voices. Is it so? Okay, is it so? Now, those of you who have challenges, abayina problem, nammwe temwenyooma. Ekyo bakyogedde. So that's one point. The second point, our dear guests, I have several children, my own biological children. And when we go to one of our kids with these special needs, that is when the problem was amplified. You know, before you get a challenge, toyinza kumanya obwomi bwa challenge eyo naki okugamba ebirumira mu kyo n'ebinyuma. Manyi nti ate nkikakasa nti ne mu audience we have people who have children, they even don't want to come on the microphone and say so. So when we got this kid, our son, He has some form of special needs and disability. He's about 5 years. Madame Zamzam, all of a sudden, became a champion. In fact, she's doing more than I can imagine. Dr. Mahmoud, I think, is the witness. We have also had some meetings. Mr. Chiwanuka, who is a very senior teacher, he too has a kid. So when we met Mr. Chiwanuka, please stand up so that they see. Yakwelembeako Boyogere Secondary School for over 16 years. But when we approached him, we were discussing a few things, Dr. Mahmoud. We found that our problem is even smaller than he said, you people, you are even joking. Let me tell you my story. So, reason y'omukolo guno ntuufu nnyo, especially in the Muslim community. The Muslim communities like to be on the backstage, and for no reason. You know, there is no reason why the Muslim community should stay behind. You are citizens, musobola okuvaayo, you have representatives, and I can tell you, like ministries and government agencies, they are very clear when they are making a policy, it is for all the what? The citizens. What is my role? Nga sinaba kubabuulira role yange mwenna abazze. Ekisooka, let us appreciate nti omwana oli gwe mulaba ow'obulemu yeetaaga kulya bulungi. He needs to eat and feed very well. That kid also likes to put on the latest shirt and shoe. That kid also needs to have some form of play and entertainment. They need access to education. They need access to health. They also need access to employment. Kati, how can we empower them? Bino ebintu babituukeko, like we are setting up facilities. So the head teachers who are here, people who are school proprietors, and you're setting up a facility, we request that in your plans, put at least a section, a unit, etandika mpola mpola, naye neekola ki? Neekula. Olw'ensonga mbabuulira, we have moved around, Dr. Mahmoud, we have moved around the city just to look for a particular school where our son would go. You cannot imagine, we have tested every model, even in the so-called inclusive setting. No mutwala wano, bambi the teachers try. But you bring this kid in a class, the majority of children are different. The teacher has curriculum gy'alina okutambuza. Abaana nabo balaba omuyizi ono nga tafaanana nga bo. So it's a mix, and you cannot blame them. So we have to sensitize people. We have to do facilities, access facilities, you know, training. Number two, the ministry, we request, at least for this community, to make a special arrangement, because others are ahead of the community by, I don't know, 2 decades. Dr. Mahmoud says, okay, we can look back and say, okay, this is now the time. But for now, and we are very blessed by the chairperson of the Commission of Equal Opportunities and I think, yeah, Equal Opportunities Commission. She's the chairperson, Madame Safia Narule Juko. She was here. She really talked about her participation. Last, the roles that I said. Tuina Kolachi. The special needs, you see those children, buli omu alina challenges ze. Waliwo abalina emyaka nga gya preschool, ne wabeerawo abalina aba primary, secondary, university, KIU. We have got a department of special needs. So we could also participate as a university to try and facilitate training of the people. Like bana abasomesa bakubire mu bugalo bano, ono madama ansanyusiza nnyo, oba bamuyita ani, tujja kunoonyaako. I mean, the people who are busy, there's a gentleman also seated there. He has been, you know, from morning, he's busy relaying the message to these children. And they enjoying, because it is voluntary, I'm sure they are not paid even a special package. So we can work together, we do the retooling. Those secondary schools, you can also get those, because sometimes the schools realize the need that a kid is a special needs kid when it is too late. You know what they said, Dr. Mahmoud? This is a very stupid kid. He cannot cope, but they don't know that this is a special needs case. Finally, let me put my words to thank Dr. Mahmoud. Tumukubire kumbugalo ngenda babulira. When I finished university, in my first degree, that was in 1993, Dr. Mahmoud yampa omulimu. Nenzija twasoka ntukola fenna in an organization. Then in 97, I was going to an organization. He called me, said, there is a job here, can you apply? 96, there is a job. And I came and became Nali Hospital Administrator, Owechivuli. By that time, Batujanga Secretary Administrator. And there was a small office for me behind there. And we brought in a lot of changes. I'm so glad that you have maintained the post box number which I applied for, 24548, which I still remember very well, Kampala. The logo, you have modified it a bit. But most importantly, Chemwebaliza, Abana who were recruited during my time are still working, you can imagine. So we should thank Dr. Mahmoud. He has been a mentor. And even this activity, to accept to establish a center here, is very important. But Mahmoud, he's not going to teach the children. He's probably going to assist, provide other health-related care services. He can connect us to other promoters. But all of us need to do something together. If it comes to education, and I'm running Milestones Junior School, maybe I can have a unit that can help. If you are like, we have the head teacher, sir, of Kakunguru Memorial Stand-Up, sir, very big school. Alaikum salam. You know, he may decide also to say, okay, on the ground floor of our school, we are dedicating some space for doing that, and others. So I want to thank you very much. Bayoza Ayoza, congratulations. Let me introduce the teacher who accompanied the kids from Milestones. Babiri Aisha, stand up, please. We clap for her, and we thank you for coming. Thank you very much for the opportunity. May Allah reward all of us for the efforts. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Muhammad. And this is one of the things I'm proud of. Muhammad has been our man from 1995. I knew him 95, 96, he was in town. I told him, put a tie and come right now. He came for the interview. Badr will get annoyed. It was hard to accept for the Muganda to accept. I said, no, you will see what he will do. And he left here in 99 for his PhD in Reading University. It was December, I remember very well, because he came Cairo to my home first, and he was shivering. When he went to UK, the skin was cracked, yani. As I'm preparing you for the heat, for the coldness, yani. But really, we are proud of him. He made a lot of changes when he came in the 3 years or 4 years he worked with me. Then he went to Reading, who is also the champion of the postgraduate doctorate people of Islamic Development Bank in Reading University and in UK. He finished, he called me, I said, look, we didn't invest in you to serve the whites. Come to you people. He left everything. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, yani, he's so bright and brilliant. But he left the thing there and he came here. Not because he's missing a Matuki, but he wants to do something for the community and for the Ugandans at large, not only for the Muslims. You know, in Islam, we have been taught Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was a mercy to whole of mankind, not only for the Muslims. And even Allah said in Quran, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. He didn't say he ahya or he gave life as he saved the life of mankind. The Muslims or non-Muslims said, أحيا الناس, the whole mankind. If you save one life, as if you have saved the life of the mankind. That is how we move with our principles. As Islam is a comprehensive system for everything, not only in the mosque or divorce and the marriage, no, but it governed us from head to toes. Yani. And Muhammad was a real example of this. Why also is he today? To see nothing is impossible. We can do. And I think you have done enough for the healthy people who are here. Now we need it is your turn. We are here 27 years now, 27 years from 1995. I think if we still have life, we'll make even the donors, we'll tell them enough, we have done enough. We need this people to be taken care of, and inshallah, Allah will help us like helping Muhammad. So Muhammad came to IU, did a lot of changes, mashallah. Then he went to KIU, he's taking it to now to real international. It was just a name, yani, Kabbalah International. You know, we are very good at naming, yani. But really, inshallah, this university will be one of the best 100 in the near future under his leadership. Okay, he will compete with me because I'm putting a university soon also, inshallah, for the medical science.
Okay, sawa eno tugenda kuwuliriza omuzadde ono atubuulire experience ye.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Amanya Nakamanya Rashida nviridde Kasokoso. Nera nebaza abatesitesi b'omukolo guno nga ndi omu ku bamaama oba abazadde ab'abaana ab'obulemu. Omwana ye Imran Senyondo namuzaala nga mulamu ng'abaana abalala. Naye nagenda okulaba stage y'okutandika okutuula ku mubiri nga tasobola kutuula yeesikako bwesisi. Kati waliwo mukwano gwange omu yali amanyi ne banga mutwaleko mu ddwaliro e Butabika ne mutwalayo ne bansindika e Mulago. Kati bwe nagenda e Mulago ne baŋŋamba omwana oyo yeetaaga exercise. Ne bandagirira mu Kisa Foundation Lungujja ne mutwalayo ne batandika exercise. Naye kale ekyasooka okunsanyusa
eno ye Salam TV.
Mwala munanga ndaba okimanyi nti oli wa mugaso nnyo eri eggwanga lino.
It's time for the Muslim Sister.
Tusitula eddoboozi eri omwana ow'obuwala. We rule the world.
The moment of fun, interaction, inspiration, and edutainment. Full of relationship.
He said he wants to marry me. I said yes.
Soko isengalo maso gamenti alhamdulillah.
Business and social life. Let's talk, smile, and learn. The Muslim Sister Show. Are you looking to find the job interview of your lifetime? The one that kickstarts, progresses, or restarts your career? For absolutely no cost, you can now visit the Now Post every Wednesday and voila! Lots of job opportunities from various sectors, all for you to choose from. Yes, get that CV and cover letter updated and simply wait for the fresh opportunities every Wednesday. Wednesday is no longer just Wednesday for all of us at the Now Post. It's Job Wednesday. Updated every Wednesday, available every day of the week. The Nile Post. Accurate news fast.
Omusanga mu mmere gy'olya, mu mazzi g'okozesa, mu nnimiro zaffe ne mu mpewo gye tussa yafuuka kyesittaza mu bitundu gye tubeera era wa bulabe nnyo eri emibiri gyaffe. Plastic si kizibu kya gavumenti yokka wabula naffe kizibu gye tuli. Plastic akosa obulamu bw'abaana bo, bazzukulu bo n'abazzukulu nakasatwe. Plastic akosa mulembe ku mulembe awatali kusosola gwani wa gy'obeera. Kiki kyokwa? Plastic ffenna atukoseza wamu, tukolere wamu, taasa obutonde. Obubaka buno okutuusibwako Vivo Energy Uganda, National Environment Management Authority, Stanbic Bank ne NBS Television.
Wano mu program Zimba tukusomesa ebikozesebwa mu kuzimba.
Bwe tuba tutunuulira ebikozesebwa mu kuzimba olina kukozesa ebyo byokka ebintu ebiyisibwa National Bureau of Standards.
Ne tukuleetera abakugu ab'enjawulo abagenda ate okukulungamya wamu n'okuteekateeka mu nzimba eriko ate era mu nzimba ey'omulembe.
Mpozi bwe twogera ku bakugu b'ebyokuzimba tutegeeza ki? Tutegeeza abantu nga architect, tutegeeza engineer, muli civil engineer, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, abakugu ab'enjawulo.
Ebika by'okuzimba oyinza okuba obadde tubimanyi naye birindirire mu pulogulaamu eno.
Mu Uganda tulinamu ebika by'ebizimbe ndowooza 3 byokka. Tulina ebizimbe ebiri ku ttaka nga si bya kalina tebyambuka. Tubeera n'ebizimbe ebiri ku ttaka naye ng'ate bikkako wansi bye tuyita basement oba go down. Ate n'ekika ekyokusatu by'ebizimbe ebyambuka waggulu mpozi bye tuyita ebya kalina.
Ebizibu bingi abantu bye bafuna mu kuzimba naye
bisangibwa mu kuzimba
amateeka
Before the end comes, before have been putting in the work.
Adhan ngekutusibwako.
Hotel Africana. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Dua after adhan. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. O Allah, Lord of this perfect call and this prayer to be established, grant Muhammad al-Wasila a high and special place in Jannah and al-Fadila a rank above the rest of creation, and raise him to a praise platform which you have promised him.
Adhan ngekutusibwako.
Hotel Africana. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Omulabi wa Salamu TV losaanidde okusuba pulogulaamu mukeeze mwe tusosotolera buli kimu ekinyovu ate nga kikuzimba nga tukutwala mu bitundu eby'enjawulo okulaba ani akedde na nsonga ki lwaki akeera. Kiba kisufu nnyo okumanya ky'onaalya n'ekyolidde mugaso ki gwe kiteeka mu mubiri gwo nga tukuleetera endyayo. Tetukoma okwo olwo ne tukugonnomolako by'obadde tomanyi. Oyingirira ekibuga ng'ebisinga obitegedde, awo nno nga tukuwa ebifulumidde mu mpapula z'amawulire. Ffe ffennyini ffe tukuzzaamu essuubi nga tukuleetera omuntu avudde ewala okutuuka awo waali, era ne tukakasa nti naawe osobola. Tuba n'ensonga ssemasonga nga tukuleetera abakugu abasobola okugivvuunula, naawe n'oginnyonnyoka mu bunnyonnyofu obw'ekitalo ng'era bwe tukusuubiza okumanya ebifa mu ggwanga lyo, olwo tukuleetera ebifa mu ggwanga. Eyo pulogulaamu omukeeze.
The future is here. Play, pause, rewind your favorite TV show anytime, anywhere on the Afro mobile app. That's right. It's that easy. Simply download the Afro mobile app and discover a world of the most amazing local and international content. Radio shows, podcasts, mixes by your favorite DJs, and so much more. Get breaking news in the palm of your hands from a wide range of trusted sources. And that's not all. You can chat with your friends, favorite journalists, TV and radio show hosts. Enjoy this and a lot more when you download the Afro mobile app for free. Available on Google Play Store and the App Store.
Think of a book that mentions about a fact that science was able to discover only 100 years ago, more than 1,400 years ago. Think of a man that mentions about a fact that science was able to discover only recently, more than 1,400 years ago. Could anyone doubt that this book is a divine book, and this person is an extraordinary person? The Quran mentions more than 1,400 years ago that the universe was expanding. The following is stated in verse 47 of the chapter of Az-Zariyat. With the power and skill did we construct the firmament, for it is we who create the vastness of space. The Arabic phrase "Inna limusiyun" means we are expanding it. The word musiyun is derived from the verb el-saw, to expand. The letter lam, el, at the beginning of this word is used to emphasize the noun or the adjective it precedes, and it means a lot or very much. Accordingly, this phrase means we are expanding the universe a lot. After analyzing the verse of the Quran, informing us about the expansion of the universe, we will examine what science says about it. There was only one view that prevailed regarding the issue up to the beginning of the 20th century. This view stated that the universe had a static structure and that it has existed like that since the beginning of the universe. No scientist mentioned the expansion of the universe until the 20th century, let alone mentioning, no one even imagined it. At the beginning of the 20th century, Russian physicist Alexander Friedman and Belgian cosmologist George Lemaitre calculated theoretically that the universe was moving continuously and expanding. This fact was proven through observation in 1929. While examining the sky through a giant telescope, the American astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered that stars and galaxies continuously moved away from one another. Stars and galaxies moved away not only from us, but also from one another. In the following years, it became certain through observations that the universe was expanding. A universe in which everything continuously moves away from one another means a universe that is continuously expanding. In order to understand the expansion of the universe better, we can think as follows. Suppose that the universe is the surface of an inflated balloon. The points on the phone move away from one another. Similarly, the objects in the universe move away from one another as the universe expands. When this scientific fact was not known by anyone, and when people thought that the sun was as small as an apple, the Quran mentioned this fact centuries ago, and it stated clearly that the universe was expanding. This clearly proves that the Quran is Allah's word. That a scientific fact, which was discovered only in the 20th century, existed in a book 14 centuries ago, and that this fact was informed by a person who could not read nor write, can be possible only through one of the following two ways. 1. A human being discovered this scientific fact on his own. 2. This fact was expressed by Allah, who created the universe and is expanding it. The book in which this fact is written is the Book of Allah, and the person who conveyed this message is His messenger. There is no other alternative, and it is not possible to accept the second alternative, for it is not possible for an illiterate person living in a period 14 centuries ago, when there were no telescopes, to discover, on his own, a fact that could be discovered only through giant telescopes. Therefore, the greatest geniuses in the history of the world could not draw the model of the expanding universe despite their observations and scientific studies. They could not even imagine it. Then this information cannot be the word of an illiterate person who lived in the desert 14 centuries ago when there was no technology. The book that contains this information cannot have been written by him. Then there is only one alternative left: to accept the second option. That is, this information was given by Allah, who created the universe and is continuously expanding it, and who sent this miraculous information to people through His messenger, Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him. And the book that contains this information is His book.